What it do, y'all? It's your boy Down South AB. I'm back again with another banger, and I'm back again to make sure things are crisp and clean, like Mr. Clean. But any fucking ways, we are back with another reaction video. I'm really feeling myself, to be honest, because it's been a while since I've been this consistent. My ankle, people look at the channel and be like, "Oh, this nigga ain't got that many subscribers. This nigga ain't got that many." Think I give a fuck? No. So, with that being said, because it's not them coming up here, hitting record, buying this shit, fixing this shit, updating this shit, keeping up with the algorithm, all that, they not doing that. I am. So of course I'm gonna feel good for the little success I've made over the past few years, because we got our highs and lows and ups and downs. But enough with the motivational shit. Today for this reaction video, we are reacting to Dennis Rodman, and why NBA legends say he's a monster, why he's a beast, why he's a motherfucking legend. And I can tell you personally, not from just 2K, I went and looked this nigga's stats up. If you wasn't under that rim or above it before him, you're fucked. You're cooked. Sushi'd. Scooby snacked. I swear. Cause I swear, I play on All-Star. Oh, no, not All-Star, Hall of Fame, whatever. I play on Hall of Fame. It ain't no Shaq. I couldn't even do shit with Shaq. And then I went back and looked at the actual games him and Shaq played together. Nigga. Dennis Rodman was a motherfucker. He was the best at what he did. But they also try to make it seem as if he was a little weird. But everybody's weird. But nah. Let's go ahead and get this shit started though. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know in the comments, who is your favorite defensive player or offensive player or player in general when it comes to the NBA. You know, just let me know that shit. But without further ado, let's go and get into it then. Look at that boy. Look at it. Look at it. Look at that man. That, you wouldn't want to see that under the fucking rim when you go up for the damn ball. He's gonna knee you on the way down. I promise you.
Dennis Rodman was basketball's ultimate wild card.
Oh, Dennis Rodman!
Behind the head.
Part
He
man,
just headbutted him.
100% nightmare fuel for anyone who dared to challenge him.
He'll throw your motherfucking ass.
This wasn't just a guy who grabbed rebounds. This was a player who
Damn.
literally dove headfirst into...
This nigga just flew across the doggone.
This wasn't just a guy who grabbed rebounds. This was a player...
Look how he knows the business, and he trying to catch him. It ain't no catching this man. Caught a size 12 to the top of his temple. Real talk.
Literally dove headfirst into photographers, wrestled Shaq to the ground, and got under Michael Jordan's skin so badly, MJ begged Chicago to sign him. But what exactly made Dennis Rodman so terrifying?
Dennis takes off. Oh,
See you later, suckers. That's an engine.
Energizer Bunny.
Well, let's just say it's best explained by the legends who faced the monster themselves.
So they really call this a
Dennis
monster.
wasn't just good at defense and rebounding. He owned defense and rebounding. And to start us off is Kevin Garnett, who didn't
I wanna
hesitate
hear
when
this.
asked if Rodman would dominate today's NBA.
Would Rodman be as effective in this era as he was back in the 90s?
What?
If you're a producer who hates AI, this plugin might change your mind. This is Reimagine Co-Producer. You can take any sample you find and flip it into
Dennis Rodman? So let me explain before y'all go, let me throw this out here. So early on, Dennis Rodman, with no hand check and with hand check, had the agility to move with any point guard in the 90s. Meaning that if we want to do the hammer, y'all remember the hammer? Hammer, go, and you slide and you go left, put him in the mix. Y'all remember that?
Oh, man.
He could slide left to right laterally with anybody. He was 6'9" and had the movement of a point guard. He didn't give a fuck about a switch. And
that's what niggas be wanting to see on the court. A nigga that's gonna go after everybody. It don't matter where the ball goes, he's there. From in the paint to the mid-range to the 3, all the way back to the motherfucking paint for the rebound. That's what I'm talking about. That's the shit you want to motherfucking see in basketball. And he was doing it.
Long, and guess what? At the end, he was physical at the end of whatever he did. So if it was a rebound,
God damn,
it was
hold on, go back. It's getting nasty. Look at this shit.
He was physical at the end of whatever he did. So if it was a rebound, it was post up, he would go get the rebound. If he had to contest, he would contest. He played like a Draymond, but more in control. And he wasn't as dirty, I'm not gonna say, you know what I'm saying? But he had tactics where he wouldn't use his elbow, he'd use his body. You know, he would run into you and take the rebound. He would outwork you. Warren was like, could he play? Not only could he play in this league, but he would have been in problem because you had to be physical. You had to initiate physical contact with him to keep him off the boards. And guess what? He'll throw your motherfucking ass. So if you didn't have something where he respected, man, Warren was a whole problem. He had 49 rebounds.
And the Worm was uniquely himself. And sometimes
What the fuck?
that meant
What the fuck?
49 rebounds.
and the Worm
What the fuck are those? Hey, comment, bro. Leave in the if you know what the fuck this is, leave it in the comment. I'm not offended, but I'm curious. Am I supposed to, I don't even think I'm supposed to be offended, but still, anyways.
uniquely himself. And sometimes that meant breaking every conventional rule about what it meant to be an NBA player.
Looked like
They say he didn't take no shit back in the day.
Well, Denis better get moving.
And Dirk Nowitzki learned this firsthand early in his career.
Dirt.
I'm a big Chicago Bulls fan in the '90s. There, obviously, so he was one of my heroes. And then Cubes bought the team my second year, halfway through, and he's like, we need to make a splash here. We need to get on the map. This is a Cowboys town, and I want to bring the Mavericks back. I think I'm gonna sign Dennis Rodman. And we're like, are you serious?
Shit.
But he ended up doing it, and it was quite an experience. Every time, so as a team.
So whenever this nigga, it's like they knew about his ass. If the term "see me coming" was a person, right here, I swear, hell me.
We usually meet with Nelly, obviously, with 40 minutes before the game. So the first game, we have Dennis Rodman. We're all kind of like excited he's starting. So 40 minutes goes round. He gets up. Nelly's about to start the film. Rodman gets up and goes take a shower.
I heard about that. No folks say he took a shower in the middle of a game. I think him and Gilbert Arenas did that. What's wrong with it? I don't get that. It's there for, it kind of makes sense, but okay. People make it seem like it's weird, but at the same time, it does make sense.
Okay. So he comes back. He didn't see the video. He doesn't know the coverages. So he just goes out and kind of does. Sometimes he squeezes. Sometimes he hedges a little bit. Sometimes he does nothing. So I was like, okay, maybe he just did it one time. Second game, 40 minutes on the clock, he gets up and showers. So he missed all the pregame meetings before the game and had no idea about the coverages that we're doing and kind of did his own thing. And I was like, that was just his routine. At 40 minutes before the game, he was showering. And then after the game, he would just put his own gear on and would go lift hard for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Wouldn't be with the team. Would just be find.
Hold on. So listen. Shaq did have a story saying he would go to a game or whatever. He'll come to the game. He'll do what he do. They play, but he'll go out. He wouldn't shower, and he would go. He would go to the club and have all the females and have all the bitches and shit. Like, I don't know. That's probably just Shaq, but I can imagine this nigga leaving the game and going lifting again. Cause he's already physical, so you must know this nigga is strong. So, but like, damn.
his workout room, and he had his little workout coach, and then they were just lifting heavy for like an hour and a half after the game, and then he just put on a cowboy hat with these long feathers, didn't shower, and just walked right out the arena, and the media scrum would chasing him, and he's mumbling something. It was a comedy sideshow, and then it just wouldn't.
Allowed to arrive later at the game than the rest of the team. Allowed. See, this nigga was like, there's so much shit I've heard about. I'm pretty sure they gonna mention this shit. If they ain't got MJ here, I swear to God, I'm knowing they got him. Come on, he played with this nigga, so I know they got MJ's perspective on here. So it's like, I just heard the stories about this man and how this man would constantly, this nigga was always out of bounds when it came to business, but he does his job. That's why I always believe, and I still do believe and will believe, it doesn't matter what the rules are. If the rules don't help you stay in line and keep you in motion, you will. And in the end, everybody wins. So, and I'm pretty sure he ain't the only one who was in the NBA doing whatever the fuck he wanted to do and still being able to make his money and make their money. And then on top of that, people love this nigga. So it's like, you taking money out of a lot of people's pockets. So shit, he was probably smart enough to know this shit. But I don't know. I would have let him do him. Hell, we winning. He working.
It wasn't working well. Those couple games he was here, but it was definitely a splash. I mean, the arena was full, and
I'm getting so sick of these damn ads, man. And the reason every time y'all see me go like this is because my camera is literally blocking where the ad button is.
He got kicked out of one game. He sat on the court for a while, and the refs didn't want to throw him out. I mean, it was.
Rodman wanted an illegal defense. That's what he's upset about it. He's still talking about it. Rodman sits, and he's gone. Rodman's gone. He sits down in the lane as if to say, this is where the man was positioned. And Dennis Rodman has been tossed in his second game back. And second game with the Mavericks. It didn't take long, did it? No, you knew it would. There's the man who brought Dennis Rodman to Dallas. And off comes the jersey. So the show continues.
A lot of stuff happened, which was.
I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't want that damn jersey. I don't see how y'all. I understand if it's your favorite player and your favorite player and you look and you admire them, you love what they do, but my nigga, to take somebody else's, another grown man's sweaty clothes? Come on, man. Come on, man. Now, them giving it to me in a frame or just giving it to me washed, cleaned, all that shit, yeah, for sure, for shit show. But off your sweaty back, no sir, no sir. Wash that bitch and mail it to me, like, on me.
Experience for me, I guess, as a young guy growing up, but it just basketball-wise, it just unfortunately didn't work.
Rodman's unconventional approach might have made things complicated in Dallas, but there was no denying it made him memorable.
But not that time.
Rebounded like a motherfucker.
Couple of veterans battling, and Dennis Rodman.
That nigga said.
And Dennis Rodman said, hey, see all these big guys? They're bigger than me, but I still get the rebound because I want it more than anybody else.
And nobody understood Dennis's unique brand of brilliance better than his former teammate, John Sally.
Dennis on my team. Dennis grabbed every rebound. And he said, when I get the rebound, I'm going to give it to you. I was like, good move. You do that. We were roommates. You know, I love Dennis Rodman. This is my brother. And he would get an offensive rebound, could put it right back in the basket, give it to me. Every time. I missed 3 shots the entire week because all of them were dunks or layups.
Damn. Right.
And I hit my 5 shots.
So he's always had that mindset.
Always.
Just take it.
Take this. Yo, Dennis Rodman, there's one stat where he has no points and 18 rebounds. Like, he sees
I saw like a 2-game thing where he had like 40, 50 some rebounds and like 2 points.
And this is what he said.
Like a 2-game thing.
Everybody can kind of put the ball in the basket. Not everybody can rebound every miss. that everybody is shooting, and he would know. He'd watch you shoot, and he'd be like this. He'd watch you shoot, and he'd release and run somewhere else, and the ball would go to where he was going to be. This dude was amazing.
Denis was unstoppable, relentless, and often completely.
His own teammates and rivals couldn't help but shake their heads in awe at how he operated.
Now that I have not seen before. Did this nigga just knock the ball into the fucking... You damn Skippy, he fucking did. He done knocked the ball. That Jones finna hit the fucking backboard. It hit the glass. It hit glass. Then he tipped it back around the rim. Talk about... This nigga's a fucking airbender.
David Robinson, reflecting on Rodman, summed up the energy
Admiral.
intensity he brought every single night.
I love Denis. I really do. He's an unbelievable player. Incredibly athletic. He was like Superman. Like he just, just a freak of nature. A guy could run all day long, never got tired, and was like the Energizer Bunny. I loved having him next to me on the court because you always felt like, you just got a warrior with you. So on the court, he's a great guy to have next to you. In the locker room, is a little different story. But he marches to the beat of his own drum. But Denis wasn't just athletic; he was superhuman. Even Michael Jordan wasn't creative.
Soon as you want to get to the goat, you want to hit a nigga with the ads, bro. God damn.
Being a YouTuber or a streamer or freelancing, it's voice acting. Jordan himself discovered just how physically unmatched Rodman was in practice.
Phil, now his whole motive is to get Denis back in shape. So we start this drill called the Indian drill. Everybody starts running in a line. And Phil blows a whistle. Whoever's at the back, run to the front. Now you can't stop. Whoever's in front controls the pace. So I tell everybody in there, say, look, whoever gets in the front of that row, slow down to a fucking walk. We're just gonna jog and jog and jog and jog.
Got me fucked up.
Boom. Now he blows a whistle. Now we cannot stop until we get back in front of Denis. It took us 4 laps to catch up to Denis. It was like in his psyche, he needed to get away. But in all honesty, Denis was always there. He was always on point.
And it wasn't only on the court where Rodman set his own rules. Off the court, he moved by his own rhythm too.
Oh, man. Say, yeah, please blur that shit out. He done played with all the greats. God damn. I may seem late, bro, but oh fucking well.
Shaq went even further, recalling how Denis's off-court persona was just as legendary as his
Man, fresh as hell.
Shaq, Kobe, Denis on the same team. Who's the biggest superstar?
Dennis.
superstar.
Yeah, Shaq, Kobe, and Denis on the same team. Who's the biggest superstar?
Shout out Harper.
I know that. I mean, I heard all the stories, bro. You're talking about just superstar. You told me some stories, man.
This dude will come in. The meeting's at 5:30. Like, you gotta be there at 5:30, 45 minutes ago. He'll come in with 40 minutes on the clock, eating chicken and rice, not paying attention. Doing it in the middle of the meeting. Take a cold shower. Not paying attention. We go out first, then he'll come out. Give you 25 rebounds. Stinking like put his clothes on and go to the club and have the baddest woman I've ever seen in my life. Surrounded him.
That's the reason you don't like it is because he had the baddest woman.
No, I'm like, this stank like, it smell like garbage truck water. He got models on him at the club. Like, I was a party guy.
That right there. I ain't gonna lie, fool. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Me and my coworker was talking about this shit. We think some of you females like niggas who don't fucking wash their ass. Like, not saying that, but it's like it's more about what you see than what you hear. I swear it is. It's about what you see, especially as a man. If you pay attention, but yeah, to each his own. Hell.
I was actually mad. I was mad
Shit crazy. Shit crazy.
Whirlwind of chaos, a mastermind in disguise, and maybe the hardest partying athlete the NBA has ever known. And if you think that's an exaggeration, just let Reggie Miller set the scene.
Dude partied hard, but he played harder on the court.
Reg,
So he got it done.
I don't think you could have hung with Rodman.
No, I know I could.
You wouldn't want to hang with Rodman.
See this whole phase right here. I don't see why a lot of folks don't. This is a regular person. He just so happens to play basketball. I don't know why people judged him about how he liked to dress and like basically what he liked to do, because all people are different, regardless of the craft. If you share the same craft talent, everybody's different.
No, I saw it up close one night in Chicago, and I went, man, no, can't.
Nope.
No. He had the entire bar, a private bar that was full of kamikazes.
Oh my God. I think I just threw up in my mouth.
And every time you went to get a beer, he made you do a kamikaze. Every single time, because he was controlling the bar tab. He's like, bro. He'd always call me Sager. He'd go, hey, Sager. Shot. No, I do a kamikaze. I'm just getting a Budweiser there. And he had his arm around a guy and a girl with a Chicago police shirt on. And who knows what happened after that.
Am I crazy?
But don't get it twisted. Rodman wasn't just some wild party animal. Beneath the colorful hair and late night antics was one of the sharpest basketball minds the game has seen.
I think the Worm just doesn't get a lot of credit for how smart he was, how good his basketball IQ was. You know, he did all the dirty work, dove on the ground, took charges, got into people's heads, frustrated them. But the Worm had a very, very good IQ. And a lot of people really didn't know that.
Yeah, that nigga smart. This nigga was smart as fuck.
And you can see your car listed here, then you should go with this company.
About him. They just thought he was just a crazy man running around with, all kind of colors in his head. But it was a reason why he fit in with Chicago was because of his IQ. Dennis Rodman didn't care about scoring the ball. Dennis Rodman can go 0 points, but 15 rebounds. He'd take 2 charges, may give 4 or 5 assists. He impacted the game where it's not really in the stats.
Them the stats that people do not worry about for some odd reason, because they don't know that they got a person who's going to get their team the ball. Like now that they pointed all the talls and the bigs be like rebounder. No, a lot of these niggas can do a whole lot more, but not everybody want to be Curry. I don't know what the fuck going on.
His brilliance extended beyond the court, even forcing coaches to adapt to his unusual ways. Steve Kerr remembers how Phil Jackson handled one of Dennis's many adventures.
Dennis Rodman was drifting apart from the team one year emotionally. He was a very quiet guy, behind the scenes, and separated himself from the group sometimes. So Phil would try to pull him back in. And so one day in Philadelphia, we had a game. And after the game, we had that night free, staying in Philadelphia. Phil came to Jeb Bushler and me, and he said, "Hey, listen, Dennis is drifting away from the team. I want you guys to go with him to Atlantic City tonight. He chartered a bus. He's going down there to play blackjack, and I want you guys to hang with him." And Jed and I were like, "Oh, okay, well." So we had a wild night with Dennis in Atlantic City. Stayed out all night. Came back to the hotel at like 7 in the morning, and we had to practice that morning. And as we walked into the hotel, there was Phil looking at us, and Jed and I didn't know how to behave. And he just said, "Go get your stuff on. Practice starts in 2 hours." And Dennis had the day off because all the starters had the day off. And he just turned to us and said, "See you later, suckers."
Rodman was a genius on and off the court.
He tricked. Wow. This nigga is a fucking genius. Wow. He specializes in emotional intelligence. He may be an emotional person, but he knows how to. That nigga is smart. Pimp shit.
It was Rodman who single-handedly wrecked their championship hopes.
Michael wasn't the reason. He didn't beat us in the championship. He did not beat us, bro. We was on his ass.
Yeah, we was on his ass.
We had no answer for his ass, bro. Really. We had no answer for Dennis Rodman. I mean, every time that they needed a second shot at something special or extra rebound or tip in, this motherfucker
Grip that shit.
frustrating everybody on the team, man. What kind of shit would he do? I would tell you with Frank Bukowski, man, Dennis started wearing color contacts during the championship.
That's wild.
He started wearing color contacts during the championship with some lip shit on there. He would be like, he would try to kiss Frank's arm and shit, and the Frank just couldn't.
He didn't know what the fuck to do.
Dennis Rodman wasn't your typical NBA legend.
That man's
He didn't dominate with scoring, flashy plays, or highlight dunks, but he dominated nonetheless. He was a master of chaos, the king of mind games, and a genius who turned rebounding and defense into art forms. Whether it was his relentless hustle, his unmatched basketball IQ, or his ability to drive opponents insane, NBA legends all agree Dennis Rodman was a monster. But if you think
I ain't gonna lie, that junk coming to an end. We got like 8 more seconds. Yeah, we got 8 more seconds of that junk. But nah, for real, like I said, this nigga is unbelievable. I told y'all this man is a freak of nature. So for the simple fact that this man was able to do all this and still be able to be scot-free, that shit is wild. But yeah, it's kind of crazy how this basketball shit go. But it's even crazier of what it used to be like versus what's it's like now. You don't see a lot of people getting a lot of rebounds and all that shit. Like, his goal wasn't to score. Everybody wants to score now. Everybody wants to be seen, have a highlight. But all his highlights is pissing niggas off. Real shit. Shout out to Dennis Rodman. But nah, if you did like this video, I'm pretty sure y'all did. But anyways, yeah, if y'all like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what else y'all want to see. And also, be sure to tap into my Discord. Also, I am streaming on Twitch. I'm back on Twitch. I stream at least 1 to 2 hours and a half, at least, minimum. So be sure that I'm trying to get y'all a video at least every 2 days, 2 videos every 2 days type shit, or 1 or 2, at least a video a day. It really doesn't matter. Just know y'all not gonna go a day without hearing from me. So if y'all do, oh well, I'm gonna be back. But no, it's been your boy Down South AB, and I appreciate y'all's time, and I'm out, bro.
She like how I talk. Anybody play with you, you know I'm getting off. Yeah. I was out the porch at a young age. Yeah, I'm checking that maze, watching life fade. What I want to do with one bitch, I need at least 2. Hell nah, I ain't never throwing in my hand.